allow myself to introduce myself. Welcome to the Come Cook With Me show. My name is LauraJHall, and if you're catching the replay or watching this at another time, yes, today is actually Halloween. So I thought it would be kind of fun to dress up in one of my favorite costumes and just have a little fun with you. But today we are going to be making an amazing recipe. For those of you who have been following me, you know that we have a lot of clients who've been asking for some keto-friendly recipes, as well as sticking with the traditional vegan, vegetarian, dairy-free. So we have an amazing side dish that we've created for you. It is so yummy. I've tasted in the slow cooker already what it tastes like, and it's just amazing. Even when Brad walked into the house, he said, Laura, that's just incredible. So yeah, my name is LauraJHall, and if this is the first time you're tuning in and you're live, or you're even catching the replay, please say replay or say hello, who you are, where you're from. In our community, we love to talk to people. We love to meet each other. We are on show number 96. 96 shows. This is our 96th show, and I'm so excited. And we've been not as consistent working every single week, but we really try and strive for that. But so, anyway, show number 96. Welcome to the show. We have an amazing dish. It's a keto-friendly, absolutely, and then we have being the keto-friendly cauliflower mac and cheese. Yeah, right? Keto-friendly cauliflower mac and cheese. Now, my husband, he's not like really into the whole vegetarian keto thing. He's like, could you put some macaroni in? And I said, no, because I really, this is the first one that I'm doing. I'm doing it just a smidgen different than what's in the slow cooker there, and I'll show it to you in a moment, to what is in the MEALTHY pot. And so those are the two elements that in the MEALTHY pressure cooker, I always do the same recipe. But I did a little tweak on the two recipes, so I really want to see how it changes, because this is going to be a recipe that we're going to be creating for our holiday meals. But we also have vegetarian, dairy-free going into the Instapot. So you will see the recipe. A lot of you are saying, well, where is the recipe? Because you're live. Where is it? So as soon as this show is over, I'll post it in the actual comment section. So, and if you're catching it on the replay on the YouTube channel, it'll be in the comments below. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll start off by showing you what do we do in the kitchen first. Well, I'm a traditional person who loves to cook with garlic. Garlic is probably in almost every single recipe other than a dessert that I would make. And so I like to slow roast the garlic. And I don't have much to show you, but I'll show you what we have. We start off with we used avocado oil on the bottom, and I had garlic cloves in here, and I'll put the pictures in the comments as well so you can see what it looked like. But we had some garlic. Now this recipe doesn't call for a lot of garlic, and I am a big garlic pusher. We do eat a lot of garlic in our house, but this one's really low. We're not overpowering this recipe with a lot of garlic. So there's not a lot left over. I pretty much made it to what we needed. We've been doing the slow cooker. I always start off this recipe because I'm testing it out in the kitchen if I haven't already made it. I'm testing it here first to know how I have to tweak it, because the slow cooker is just one of those tried and true gadgets in our kitchen, right? I mean, it's one that my kids grew up with. We'd go out for, my girlfriends would go out for our morning run. We'd talk about our dinners that we're putting in the slow cooker, and we'd go off and teach, and then we'd come home and voila, you know, everything was ready. So let me go ahead and show that to you, what it looks like. It's got about, I would say 10 more minutes at the most left to cook. But it smells heavenly. Let me give it a quick stir. Oh, it's actually, I'm going to turn it off because it's ready to go. The only thing that I'm going to do with this is pop it in the broiler oven and give it a nice bake. But I'll go ahead and show it to you. Doesn't it just look wonderful? So the difference between this particular recipe, the only thing is the cauliflower. And the one that's going to go in the MEALTHY pot is a rice cauliflower. And this I left the whole flowerets. And I wanted to see the difference in the texture. So I think that, well, the taste and the texture, we'll see which one wins. But this is really ready to go. I'll just pop that lid back on and get it to warm. And it's ready and ready to go. So let's go ahead and show you how we put it all together. Super quick and easy recipe. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to get your trivet set up in your pots. Obviously, you're not going to be having multiple pots like I do, so you just need to have your one pot. So you want to get your pot set up. It was warm because I just set that on there. I was like, how did I get warm? So I have a little quick trivet that will hold your Pyrex dish. It's got to be, make sure you get a really good, this is a Pyrex dish and it's good for heat. Heat resistant is what I'm looking for. And you want to make sure that it sets high enough, but not too high where you can't close the lid, right? So that's what you're going to be doing. And I have both of these set up, and you're going to put a cup and a half of water in the bottom. We'll go ahead and get that started. Just put it in. That's just for the steam. So there you go. A cup and a half of that in there. And so I'll go ahead and save this Pyrex right here because that's what we're going to actually fold it into. And I'm going to start off with the actual dairy. This has got actually 2 cups of riced cauliflower. It looks like, let me get my sleeve out of there. This is a fun outfit, but the sleeves don't make it easy to cook with. So we have riced cauliflower here, and that's what's in the bottom of this particular dish. And it's just 2 cups. You don't need more because, unless you have the really giant pots. We are just cooking for a couple of people today, so I'm doing it kind of small. But if it's a holiday side dish, you probably want to use your bigger one or make it in the slow cooker because it'll be perfect either way. But it's we've got 2 or 4 ounces of Gouda and really good Swiss cheese in here. And that's been freshly grated. I always try, now I know, stores are really convenient now, and you can buy the shredded already, and sometimes I'll do that just for ease, but since I had the time today, I went ahead. It's always better if you can shred right from the block because there's no filler. You know the source that it came from, you know how you're grading it. So with that said, we're going to add a few components to this. We're going to add in, I have about 5 garlic cloves that I diced up and also a half a shallot. And I like the shallot because it's just, it just creates a really nice nutty flavor with the garlic. But it's very little, it's just very little. So we're going to add that in. We also have a 1/4 cup of cream cheese. Sorry, I was thinking sour cream, but no sour cream. It's cream cheese. So we're just going to go ahead and add that in. And then we have a 1/4 cup of butter. And I'm using a Kerrygold. I like the grass-fed butter, non-GMO. And we'll add that in. And then we're going to need to have a 1/2 cup of half and half. And again, I love to use organic. I cook non-GMO. Those are really important things. So we'll go ahead and mix in a 1/2 cup of half and half. So simple. This recipe is so darn simple. All right, and now we'll go ahead and add in some additional spices. I have ground cumin, and I'm not using the measuring. I have the recipe calling for a 1/2 teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon. Your choice on how you want to spice things up. We like things not so bland, so I'm using 1/2. So that's ground cumin. And again, if you look at it, we're doing non-GMO. You have USDA organic, non-GMO. And I can talk about GMOs. If you haven't heard of GMOs, they're genetically modified organisms. And I really don't like to cook with GMOs because you want to have non-GMO because genetically modified organisms wreak havoc in our endocrine system. So you want to do as clean of eating as you can. So the next spice is thyme, some dried thyme. And then we have some smoked paprika. Now you can do a Hungarian paprika. I just picked up the smoked. And let me tell you, it has given that some exquisite flavor. I tasted it. I have some ground organic mustard. And then we have some white pepper. I'm going to add the salt after everything is cooked. I have pink Himalayan salt, but I don't add that in until after we're done cooking, because I really want to know the actual flavor that it has. So you want to try to get this as mixed up as possible, right? I had kept it out, these extra spices out, or the cream cheese out and the butter out to get it soft, and it's pretty soft. Need to work it in just a little bit more. I don't know what you're doing for Halloween, but I have Austin Powers back there in case the doorbell rings. Because the kids should be coming around the corner soon. But I hope that you have fun plans. I will tell you, we saw so many costumes. Costumes this time, this year around, have been extraordinary. I was just awing on Facebook all of the wonderful costumes that people have put together. And I know some people are still going to some costume parties tonight. We were at Pure Bar, and I heard some people saying that they had some fun parties well, more kid fun parties, but it's just so wonderful. Halloween is just one of my favorite, I think. I know it's not considered a real holiday, but I don't know, seems like it is, right? All right, so I don't want to make a mess with that. Now I can probably get the rest of it scooped in. You are going to absolutely love this recipe. And what's really great about it, we almost had a little bit of a spill there. Let me put the cap back on this guy so that doesn't happen. Can you imagine? That would have been a really good blooper. And somebody sent me in our last show, they sent me a message and said, Laura, you really should look at all of the bloopers that you've had and how much fun it would be to see them. And I had to agree. I'm like, yeah, we've had, in the couple years that we've been doing this show, we've had some bloopers. A lot of fun, definitely. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this into the sink. And the only thing we have to do with this is get our tin foil. I've gone ahead and pre-cut some tin foil, and you're just gonna secure this around it, nice and tight. Just like if you were making a cheesecake, right? All right, and that's all you have to do. I mean, that's so simple, so easy. So we'll go ahead and that is ready to go. We'll put the lid on in a minute, but let's go ahead and show you the dairy-free. So again, we start off with the riced cauliflower, and we have, well actually, these are the shallots that I used, but we actually have, I'll show you what it looks like. This is a avocado oil plant-based butter. It's gluten-free, obviously certified, non-GMO, no hydrogenated oil, none. So that's what you want to look for, really clean. And then the cream cheese is a almond milk cream cheese. I use Kite Hill product that's pretty easy for me to find in my grocery store, but I'm sure every place where people are watching, you'll have your favorites that you go to the store with. And I get lots of pictures of people who show me some really pretty interesting products that are coming out in different parts of the country, or, you know, well, we have people all over the world actually watching. And so I know I have a few military bases that watch the show. So hello everybody, great to see you. I'm so happy to have you in my kitchen, by the way. So we're just adding those in. Again, I have the shallots and the garlic that I'm adding in. And then I went ahead, now the way that the Follow Your Heart, these two cheeses come in, one is a smoked Gouda, and the other is a mozzarella. So they come in slices. So I put 4 ounces, sliced all the slices together, and then I chop them in cubes. That's the best way to do it. So that's there, and again, it's the same amount, it's a total of 8 ounces. And then we have an almond creamer, almond milk creamer. And since we did the dairy first, let me just go ahead and put that first. And I love this creamer because, again, it's real almond coconut cream. It's unsweetened, non-GMO. Just, it's a wonderful product. I just love all the things that come out of Califia Farms. So this is going to be so simple. Once we get this all nice and mixed, I'll go ahead and put it in its ramekin. And we'll get the spices added. I don't know which one I'm going to love more because I love these Follow the Heart dairy-free cheeses. I think they're just incredible. Really, the dairy-free products that are being created right now, we are just so fortunate, I feel. We got the cumin. Get a little thyme on our hand. Not to be just joking. I don't know. Wearing this outfit, you feel like you can make a few jokes, right? Then we have some white pepper. And then we have our ground mustard. I'd love to see your favorite recipe that you have for, well, I have a very sinful recipe that we do make in the holiday. It's a mac and cheese for Thanksgiving. We don't do it for Christmas, thank goodness, but for Thanksgiving we do this mac and cheese that's just really sinful, but it has noodles. So, you know, I wanted to create something that was, you know, a little bit more friendly. If you're counting carbs or trying to watch out for your carbs, I wanted to create something that we all could enjoy. And I think I found a winner. I texted the kids and told them, and they were, well, I'd have to go back to see if they actually commented. No one, I didn't look, but one of my girlfriends I texted, she's like, oh, I can't wait to watch. Oh, just, if you could smell inside this kitchen, it is just heaven. Just beautiful. Okay. All right, we'll get my tin foil. And that's it. That's how simple this recipe is. And what's really great, if you forget to do it in the slow cooker, the best news is you can do it in your Instapot or your MEALTHY pot or whatever pressure cooker you use. And you can have this done in 15 minutes. You know, a quick side, if you get a few extra guests and you needed to have something else, or you have somebody who's really trying to watch their carbs on Thanksgiving, or have more of something that they want to have and have less of something, this is just perfect side dish. And it's great for any other meal. We're having pork chops tonight, so it's going to be great for that meal as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your Instapot's lids on. And this one goes here. Make sure they're in the secure locked position. And the steam is turned in the off position. And you're going to set your pots for, I'm not going to start them yet because we're not quite ready to eat. And I think we're going to have a little bit of time before we can actually fire up the grill. But you're going to set them for 10 minutes. Actually, you can, you're going to natural release for 10 minutes. You will cook this for 5 to 7 minutes, okay? No more than 7 for sure. So if you do a quick release, do 7 minutes. If you don't do a quick release, cook for 5 minutes on high pressure, and then you're gonna do a 10-minute quick release. You'll do the same thing. Take those ramekins out, put them into the broiler. If you wanna have them a little baked on top, a little extra cheesy that's bubbly, it's perfectly fine. However you really love to do it. And really kind of your timing, but that's a nice way to finish them off. And so that's my anticipation. If we don't have too many trick-or-treaters that are kind of in and out you know, I'm going to try to get the broiler in. We want to make sure that you have the pictures. So if you're catching this live right now, don't forget to say hello, who you are, where you're from, and then come back tomorrow or later tonight, probably tomorrow, and we'll have the pictures posted so you can see how they're all plated. You can see all the behind the scenes, the work that we did. Now, how I'm going to serve this as a side, I have 2 garnishes that I have to show you that you can do. And also you can do some shaved Parmesan. That's a really nice way to finish it off. But I have some chives that I chopped up, and I have some bacon bits. And that's a really good way just to kind of crumble on top. Obviously, if you're doing the vegan and dairy-free, you're not going to want to put the bacon bits in. But the Parmesan cheese, that we have the Follow Your Heart, that's dairy-free, so you can do either of those. And that's a great way to finish off this recipe for a side dish. And that's it. What a quick show. I cannot believe it. Now, normally we're coming back to you live next week, but I will be with my mother, and she does not have stable internet to be able to do anything, and she lives in a very teeny little apartment, so there wouldn't be any ability to make a show. So I will follow up with you the following week after that, and we'll have another side dish that we can use for the holiday and just enjoy each other's company. Thanks for coming to the show. I so appreciate you. Thanks for having fun. I hope whatever you're dressed up as, you can send me a picture of what you have for your outfit. It's always fun to do that. And with that said, have a wonderful Halloween. Be safe if you're out there. I know a lot of people it's really cold. Some people had to wait and postpone their holiday trick-or-treating because it's just terrible weather in parts of this country. So, and again, all of those of you who are out there fighting those fires and just battling just horrific experiences out there, prayers to you and love to you, and be safe out there, okay? Have a great rest of your week and the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, actually, right? Not next week, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a happy Halloween.